What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rip City Rundown, and we are here post Blazer game against the Miami Heat. Another buzzer beater. This time it's Josh Hart out of the corner at the horn. The Blazers win a game they probably should not have won here, down most of the game. They win at 110-107. You sent Cody and I a text right after the game. You were like, it's a good time to be a Blazer fan, you know?
Yeah, I even posted that on Twitter too, and everyone's just like, when have we seen the Blazers have this much fun and like this much success to go along with that fun? Because we've had fun
Mm-hmm.
times in the past, like the Nurk fever was
Right.
pretty fun back in 2016, but this is a 7 and
Yeah.
3 team. That's a top 3 team in the West right now. I know it's early, but
Yeah.
two buzzer beaters legit at the horn, along with two game winners in the last 10 seconds. Like I haven't had this much fun as a Blazer fan, I feel like, since probably 2019.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like when's the last. I mean, we're 10 games in, and I think we've had at
I
least
don't think we've ever started this well. I can remember.
well, not even that. Like just half the games have been either buzzer beater or go ahead shot within like 15 seconds to go in the game. Let's just go to the box score quick. Jeremy Grant again didn't score the most points, but he's probably my player of the game. 23 points, 5 of 8 from three, and half of those threes, he's not even. He catches the ball here and he's going literally
Yeah,
catch and shoot. That's
he's someone that when I see him put up a shot, I'm like I genuinely think he's going to go in every time because I don't know what he's shooting. He's probably shooting a little above 40% this year, but his 3-point shot is not something I was expecting when he came to Portland, and
mm,
it's something that he's kind of built his game around. I felt like so far in these first 10 games. So 5 of 8 from three, that's amazing from him.
yeah, he played an absolutely fantastic game. I want to shout out Justice Winslow as well. Justice Winslow,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it felt like in that late third or kind of mid to late third, early fourth, he was getting some buckets. He was keeping this Blazer offense afloat. He played a fantastic game. And the thing I like about Justice Winslow is he's not taking ill-advised shots. He's taking shots that fit his profile as an offensive player. He's getting to the rim or he's literally passing. Like, sure, he took that 1-3 in the first half on the 2-for-1, but
Yeah, two for
that's
one.
fine. But yeah, two for one.
Yeah, we
But
live with that.
yeah,
Lamar
we
made
we
sure to
live with
let
that.
the people know, like, oh, it was a 2 for 1. It was 2 for 1.
Oh, can we talk about how Lamar literally as Dame's passing it to Josh Hart, he's like, let's go.
He just
And
knows it's
it's
going in.
oh my gosh, dude. I don't know
Makes the
what to
pull up.
say. I don't know what to say.
Let's first game back for Dame and Ant, and I would say they both looked not rusty, but as a team, this was a pretty sloppy game. Again, a lot of turnovers. Like if we crack down on our turnovers, we're winning this game by a healthy
Yeah.
margin, and we're not
Yeah.
having to win it at the buzzer. But still, I thought Anthony Simons had an amazing game. 9 of 20 from the field, 4 of 12 from a three. I mean, 4 of 12. While it's still a lot of shots, that's not terrible volume there.
Hmm.
25 points, 4 assists. He had a lot of bursts too. He looked like he was limping a lot the past 2 games when he sat against the Suns.
True.
When he woke up this morning, I assume he probably felt really good because he initially was doubtful yesterday. First thing in the morning, they said he was questionable. So it's good to see him have his burst back, and seems that injury's kind of behind him now.
Yeah. Honestly, huge win for Portland because you're going on this. First of all, we're 2-1 on the road trip. So we've kind of already, a lot of people said 2-4. So we can only exceed expectations from here.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very winnable game in Charlotte, and then we go to New Orleans, then Dallas. So, and I was thinking as this game was winding down, I was like, man, it would just be such a cherry on top to kind of steal this game because they worked so hard to get back into it. Honestly, Dame didn't play a particularly great game. He only had 19,
Mm-hmm.
and he was 4 of 12 from the field. Like you said, Simons wasn't super efficient. Josh Hart scored 12 points, obviously.
Almost
It's a
triple double
big,
as well.
almost a triple double. Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. 12, 9, and
I
8.
didn't realize that until they showed it on he was player of the game for the TV broadcast, but I didn't realize he was
Mm.
that close to a triple double. So shout out to him.
Yeah, and I also want to shout out Trent Watford getting his first minutes back. So good for him. What are your thoughts on Chauncey not calling timeout there? I know.
I'm gonna be honest. We looked just super confused and kind of discombobulated when we were trying to check the ball in. But now that I'm thinking back on it, obviously I'm like, great call because we ended up hitting the shot.
Right.
But it does make sense because now that I feel like Dame has more trust in his teammates, that was a better opportunity for Dame to go down and find an open man like he did for Hart.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's as open as Hart was if we call a timeout instead of a play. And we're probably just putting a shot up from Dame, and it probably isn't as good of a shot if we call a timeout.
Yeah.
So for Chauncey to think about that and know that Dame actually trusts his guys now to hit shots, it was a good move from him.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I think Chauncey letting it play out. Obviously, like you said, if he doesn't make that shot, it might be a different story. But to I think we need to judge it not on the make or miss, but on the quality of the look.
I think
So
the
again,
thought process, like
yeah,
if I'm thinking
yeah,
how he could be thinking, I think it makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Um,
So also we went closing lineup
Small
of
ball.
small ball.
Yeah.
So again,
That was
our
interesting because this is one of those teams that has a premier center. Bam was in there the whole time.
but
And
he
had
is, he's not
that
a
big defensive possession on Bam where he kind of hooked him at the end. Bang bang
yeah,
call. I think they ended up making the right call, but
yeah.
that was surprising to see us go small because this isn't a team that's lacking in size. I feel like Miami. They've got some.
I mean,
Well,
Bam's
other
not the
than
biggest guy,
you're right, yeah.
but it
Nurk
was
also only took
interesting.
2 shots tonight, so it's not like Nurk was really effective offensively. So made sense to go with Winslow there. He kept finding.
I
He
love
honestly
Winslow,
just kept
man.
finding just the open spot right underneath the basket. I felt like he had 4 like where he was behind the basket and just put it back up and laid it in. So
Yeah,
amazing game
yeah,
from him.
yeah. I mean, I love Justice Winslow. Plus 15 in the box, or not box score. Plus 15 in the plus minus led the team. Josh Hart was a plus 13. Again, it's those two. Again, it's Hart and Winslow. It's interesting because you have Dame and Antu, score all these points and they're kind of leading your offense, but they give on defense a little bit. But Hart and Winslow compete so hard on both ends of the floor and they go unnoticed a lot. So I want to really shout out Justice Winslow because 12 points, only had 2 rebounds, only 2 assists. He played 29 minutes. He was 6 for 8 from the field. He was literally getting to the cup and kind of keeping the Blazer offense afloat. So
Yeah. My final thing that I want to shout out is this team was what down, I think at most like 14, and that
yeah,
was
it
early
was
in the third quarter. We only gave up 21 points in the third quarter, and that's after giving up like 8 in the first 2 minutes. We absolutely really just clamped down in that second half. We gave up 28 and 32 in the first 2 quarters, and then 21 and 26, including outscoring them by 11 in the fourth. So again, this team is proving that they they can start slow, but they'll get back in games. And then when it comes in the fourth quarter, they've got to be one of the best teams in the clutch. I don't have the stats for that, but
it's
for
eye
4 game
test there.
winners, like I think that's the best stat to have. You're hitting 4 game winners. So
Yeah,
um, Dame's clutchness is, I don't even know if that's a word, but Dame's clutchness is rubbing off on everybody else. So that's 4
true.
different
And
players with game winners.
what was cool was the back to back, well, not back to back, but 2 out of the last 3 games, we do a post game interview with the whole squad.
Yeah, that's so fun.
it's,
That's so fun.
it's a good time to be a Blazer fan. Obviously, 7-3 on the year, and right up there at the top of the West. And they are going through a kind of brutal part of the schedule right now. They are 2-2 against Phoenix twice, Memphis, and Miami, and you probably take that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
now we go and finish our road trip. Honestly, any win from here on out, I would say I'm expecting 1 out of 3.
Well, we can say we're expecting a win against the Hornets, and then if you get
We
one of the
are,
next two,
but
and if you come out of this road trip 4-2, you're
that's absurd.
if they come out 4-2, I will be probably changing my expectations for this team.
And it's interesting because right now, even though we're 7-3, it's not like, oh my gosh, this team, it just looks miles better. They again, like we said, when we were 4-0, we could easily have a worse record. Like these
Yeah,
games are coin flip games. We just keep winning them. So, but at some point, if you're beating good teams, doesn't matter how,
just
you
win
know,
is a win.
a win is a win. So yeah, the Blazers are outperforming expectations for sure.
Yeah. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave it a like, comment, subscribe. We tend to do a lot of these post-game videos. We'll post them the next day, give you a little time to sit on it before we release it. So be on the lookout for if we get a win against the Hornets. You might see one after that too. Make sure to follow the social medias so you don't miss anything else. See you in the next one. Peace.